30 days in, and with all the uncertainties swirling around, one thing has become crystal clear. Some version of a trade war is here to stay for the foreseeable future, and it's gonna get uncomfortable. How long will it last? What are the economic impacts? And how will the ripple effects shape Toronto's real estate market? Join me as I dive into the latest trends, themes, and data shaping Toronto's real estate landscape, and let's navigate this evolving story together. February's TREB data reveals a widespread drop in sales across all major housing types, with double-digit declines compared to last year. However, while prices have softened, the price drops have been relatively moderate, and some segments have shown surprising resilience despite the slowdown. A major factor behind all of this is seller resistance. Many homeowners riding high on years of soaring prices are holding firm and reluctant to drop their asking prices. Meanwhile, the market continues to shift further in favor of buyers as homes linger longer on the market, offering more room for negotiation and less pressure to rush decisions. It's a shifting landscape where patience and strategy are becoming key. Ontario mortgage holders under pressure. A growing number of homeowners in Ontario are missing mortgage payments as borrowers face renewal at higher interest rates. But before hitting the panic button, here's some context. Delinquencies, while climbing, remain historically low, signaling no immediate cause for alarm yet. According to new Equifax data, Ontario's mortgage delinquency rate, meaning the percentage of homeowners who have not made mortgage payments for more than 90 days, inched up to 0.22 in Q4 of 2024, up from 0.19 in the previous quarter. That is also a notable jump compared to the 0.12 year over year, and a faster rise than provinces like British Columbia and Quebec. While the trend is worth keeping a pulse on, it's a reminder that the market is navigating through some uncharted waters. Mortgage renewal wave. According to the Bank of Canada, the largest share of mortgage holders renewing in 2025 and 2026 hold 5-year fixed-rate mortgages. These borrowers initially took out their loans when interest rates were at rock bottom, and now some will be bracing for a steep payment shock. However, these borrowers will have some additional flexibility when renewing. This is because they will have paid down part of their principal over those 5 years, while also potentially seeing an increase in their income or the value of their property. These borrowers will therefore have room to refinance their mortgage if needed. When faced with higher mortgage payments at renewal, homeowners typically fall into two categories: those with primary residences who adjust their budgets and make financial sacrifices to absorb the increased costs, and investors who take a business-minded approach and are willing to sell a real estate asset if rising monthly expenses cut too deeply into their returns. Some mortgage holders with higher renewal rates will need to make lifestyle adjustments, such as cutting back on travel or dining out, while others may need to take more drastic measures, like extending their amortization period to its original term to reduce their monthly payments and manage the increased costs. As we approach this renewal window, stay tuned for more trends and insights. Unemployment is climbing to levels we haven't seen in over a decade outside of the pandemic, and it's sparking some serious conversations. According to Statistics Canada, there are 4 key surveys that paint the full picture of what's happening in the labor market. The Labor Force Survey, the Survey of Employment, Payrolls and Hours, Employment Insurance Statistics, and the Job Vacancy and Wage Survey. Here's the kicker. The Labor Force Survey, which is most widely reported in the media, is based on household phone calls. But later in the month, the Payroll Survey report drops, and this one is more relevant in my opinion. It's based on actual payroll data, giving us a deeper, more accurate look at the job market. Here's where it gets really interesting. The Labor Force Survey and the Payroll Survey have been telling very different stories, diverging. If long-term unemployment keeps rising and job security becomes a growing concern, it's no wonder some buyers are hitting pause and taking a wait-and-see approach. A growing financial divide is reshaping Canada's economic landscape. On one side, many are grappling with mounting debt and financial strain, while on the other, a segment of borrowers is capitalizing on lower interest rates to their advantage. But the big question lingers. Should buyers wait for interest rates and home prices to drop further? The truth is, timing the market perfectly is like trying to predict the weather 3 months out. It's nearly impossible. The real estate market has shifted dramatically in favor of buyers, offering opportunities that haven't been seen in years. With inventory climbing and demand cooling, buyers now have more choices, greater negotiating power, and less urgency to act quickly. The frenzied bidding wars of the past have eased, replaced by a calmer environment where calculated decisions can thrive. The reality, however, is despite these advantages, many buyers are hesitant, held back by high mortgage rates, broader economic uncertainty from Toronto's 8.4% unemployment rate to the ripple effects of the US tariffs on Canadian imports. It has no doubt cast a shadow of caution. That said, if a buyer has the financial flexibility to buy now, this could be one of the best opportunities in recent years to secure a home without intense competition. With more homes available, negotiation is back on the table. For sellers or those contemplating a sale, pricing your property has never been more critical, particularly in today's unpredictable market. From my experience, sellers tend to fall into two distinct camps: those who need to sell and are motivated, and those who can afford to wait. Motivated sellers often operate on a clear timeline. Perhaps they've already secured another home, navigating job uncertainty, or adapting to changes in family circumstances. These sellers usually are more flexible, open to negotiations, and their properties tend to move within the average days on the market for their area. Then there's a second group, the unmotivated sellers. These individuals often have the luxury of time, no pressing deadlines, no new property waiting, and sometimes a tendency to dismiss local pricing trends or bank appraisals that don't match their vision. Unfortunately, this group can fall into the trap of denial, clinging to expectations that don't reflect the current market. Their properties often sit unsold for months, not because offers haven't come in, but because those offers didn't meet their sky-high standards. These sellers can afford to play the long game, waiting for the perfect buyer or market shift that aligns with their aspirations. But in today's climate where buyers hold more power than they have in years, realistic pricing isn't just a strategy, it's the key to success. Sellers who adapt to the market's demands are the ones who come out on top. As we wrap up the first quarter of 2025, one message rings loud and clear. This year's theme is brace for discomfort. Yet it's important to remember that the impact won't be uniform. Everyone is navigating life from a different vantage point, with unique circumstances and challenges. The takeaway? Preparation is key. In these uncharted waters, resilience and adaptability will be our greatest assets. If you're determined to achieve your real estate goals this year, staying informed, flexible, and ready to pivot will be essential to success. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more updates, and I'll see you in the next video.